Hey ladies, thank you so much for watching. Today is going to be a review on my new palettes from BH Cosmetics. So let's just go ahead and jump right in. Also, excuse my voice, I feel a little bit under the weather, so I wanted to go ahead and film this video before, if it was to get worse or anything like that. So, first of all, I bought the 5th edition 120 color eyeshadow palette, and it just comes like this. As you can see, I have been using it, have some handprints on it, whatever. And I also purchased the 1st edition 120 palette as well. Now, before I get into the actual shades themselves, I did go ahead and order these palettes probably about, I want to say 3 weeks ago, and I hadn't received my palette and I ordered it about a week prior. So I went ahead and called the customer service line and asked them, why my order wasn't coming in, and so they told me, to check my post office, and so I went ahead and did that, and they didn't have it either. So I went ahead and gave them a call and let them know that I have not received my palettes, and so they went ahead and sent me a new one. And so what ended up happening is that I received both of them, and so yes. So just a little bit on the packaging. They do come in these little boxes, and in the back it just says the top and the bottom tray. So each of these does contain 2 trays. And so the packaging, they were in a pretty sturdy, I guess, bubble wrap packaging, as well as some other packaging. So when I opened the first palette, I did notice that a few of my shades were broken, and that was pretty disappointing, especially, considering my wait time of receiving the palette. So that was pretty disappointing. And also, one of the packages that I received, since I received 2 of the same thing, one of them was damaged. I don't know if you guys can see this, but when you go ahead and open the palette up, it's almost like detachable. So yeah, that was pretty disappointing. And also, I'm going to go ahead and try to show this to you guys. As you can see, it has a film over top of it, and it also did come packaged, wrapped up, each one individually, so that was nice. But one thing I will say about the shades is like how tiny these are. Like, okay, I'll go show you guys. This is just like a regular like NYX shadow, and that's what it looks like compared to the palette. So I will say that online the palette looks a lot bigger. So now as far as the shadows go, as you can see, I have some really pretty purple shadows going on today. And as I said, I've had this palette for probably 3 or 4 days now, and I will say I really appreciate the color payoff. I mean, look at the purple on my eyes. There's no doubt that it's a purple. So that's great. But one thing I will say, there's a mix between matte and shimmery shadows, and the matte shadows seem to have less of a color payoff than the shimmery shadows. So as I said, I'm not, done, messing with the palettes and, trying out all the colors and everything. But another thing I will say is that a few of my brushes have been stained already from this palette. And that's never happened before with any other shadows I've used from any other companies. So definitely, keep that in mind, because I wasn't aware of that up until after the fact, actually, in my last video when my husband used this palette. So also, probably the last con I have to say about this palette is that when you open it up, you know, I have my Too Faced palettes, I have a few Naked palettes, and they all smell great. You guys probably already know that the Too Faced palette smells like chocolate, so it just smells really great. So I'm used to good smelling makeup per se, but these don't only smell bad, but it literally smells like a chemical. Like it just, I don't know how else to put it. It smells like a chemical. The shadows smell chemical-y. They smell very processed, and honestly, it's such a strong smell that I would have definitely appreciated if they would have, you know, tried to cover that scent in some type of way. But unfortunately they didn't, so I will continue to definitely post videos with BH Cosmetics palettes, considering I have quite a few that I purchased. I have 4 of these, so I really just wanted to purchase these because there was a lot of hype for them. I know certain palettes are better than others, and I also know that I've seen a few reviews where the colors and the formula changes. So far, the pros of this palette is definitely the color payoff. Although your brushes get stained and the smell is not very pleasant. So definitely keep that in mind if you are going to be ordering from BH Cosmetics soon. And I do plan on picking up a few of their blushes just to see if the smell and the staining of the brushes goes for all of the products at BH Cosmetics. And so another thing that's definitely a pro is the price. There is one row, I hope that makes sense, but there's one row in each of these palettes, and I have 4 of these due to the fact that I got sent 2. And so also I would like to say that the second palette that I received from them, none of them were broken, which I was extremely thankful about. And I know that the packaging and the shipment process is not necessarily BH Cosmetics' fault. So I would also like to say that this video is not sponsored by BH Cosmetics. I bought this with my own money, and so a total, I think I paid about $35 or so for all of these colors, and so I will say that that is a definite plus, but all of the shadows are not true to the color that is shown. So excuse me. So that is going to be my review on these palettes so far. Like I said, I will definitely be doing more looks with these colors, and let me know what you ladies think. If you have any similar experiences with BH Cosmetics, or what you think of their shadows, I would love to hear what you have to say about them. And I really appreciate you guys watching this video. Don't forget to check out my last video on my husband doing my makeup. And I also do have a look coming up on what I am wearing now. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I really appreciate your support, and I'll see you in my next video. Thanks.